Well, hello. Today is going to be a little bit of a story time. The number one question I get asked by women in struggling marriages is, when did I know that it was time to leave? When did I know it was time to seek an exit from my marriage? Well, hello. My name is Danielle Brooks, and on this channel, I provide refreshing words of encouragement and information for women searching for freedom. I'm a little under the weather, and it's actually a visit to the doctor that gave me the idea to do a quick story time video. I had some other things planned, but my voice has been pretty much gone all week. But I went to the doctor, and I have a sinus infection, which I get quite frequently. And she asked me, how long has this been bothering you? And I said, oh, about 48 hours. And after she examined my ears and nose and down my throat, she said, no, really, this is probably when it got on your last nerve. But how long has this really been bothering you? And so I had to think back. And it had been about 10 or maybe 12 days that I had this tickle in the back of my throat, was feeling a little fatigued. And so when she said that, again, that gave me the idea for this video, because again, that's the number one question I get asked. Usually it's a pull aside, a secret kind of conversation, particularly women in the faith community, where divorce is still very much frowned upon, and that should be this very last resort. And in many cases, you can find yourself subjected to long-term psychological, emotional, or other kinds of abuse for the sake of trying to please God, trying to keep a marriage together, keep a family together. And so when I get asked this question, it's so interesting, because in movies or maybe we have ideas that there is this big event that happens, that there is this final straw, this, I think about, oh gosh, what is the movie where it's Angela Bassett and, she's burning up his clothes and throwing things out the window. And oh my goodness, I wish maybe I should have done some of that to just release some of the anger. But, I'm past that point. I will say, however, I truly got to understand the meaning of the phrase death by 1,000 cuts as I was coming through the realization of the end of my marriage. It was just these little tiny things, these irritations, these, you think you can make it through. But in the end, that final straw was a quiet moment. I write about it on a blog that I have, and I will post that particular post where it was quiet. It was where I had finally had, I think, the last ounce of my strength, the last bit of the self-worth that I was fighting to hold on to. A moment of disrespect that at another time I would have just brushed off, made an excuse for. He's tired, he's having a bad day. But that was it. It was this quiet moment where I knew enough was enough, where I had to close out every other voice, every well-meaning minister or therapist, friend, and listen to the core of myself, where I came to terms with the fact that my reality was so far from lining up with the faith that I believed in. And that was it. It was quiet. But it was a moment that, again, thinking about this doctor's visit, it was the moment of urgency, the moment that prompted me to just know that change had to come or it was going to turn even worse. When I described it to people, some who had known other, what would be seeming greater instances that we had gone through, they tried to plead and say, try again. But I knew I had reached my limit. I knew that that was it for me. And so to answer that question, it is really any woman who is struggling and looking outside of yourself for that answer. I can only say to trust yourself. You know when you've done all the over-the-counter medications and it's time to go to the doctor. You know when you have prayed every prayer, you have quoted every scripture, you have swallowed your pride, your self-respect one too many times. For those in more serious, damaging situations, you know that you might not make it out alive the next time. You know when it's the last time. You don't need permission. You don't need anyone's approval. Trust yourself. When you know, you know. And take the appropriate measures. There are women who stay well beyond time, who become a different person than who they are. There are women and children who don't live to see the next time. And so I just say that if you're asking that question, you probably know, and it's probably time. If you need a mirror or you need permission, here it is today. Take the necessary steps to free yourself. I'm recording this and hopefully we'll post it on MLK Day in 2025. How apropos. Let freedom ring. Let freedom ring in your life. Let freedom ring in your spirit. Let freedom ring. Let freedom ring in your life. This is your warning, your permission, your roadmap, maybe your inspiration, I hope. There is life on the other side of divorce. God is going to continue to be with you and lead and guide you. I am a witness. So, should you stay or should you go? Only you know. Only you know. But if this is the clue you've been waiting for, if just one woman, this is the clue you've been waiting for, then this video was worth it in my hoarse voice. Oh my goodness, I hope it doesn't sound as bad as it's sounding in my ears right now, but I felt impressed to record this today. This is the moment. Let freedom ring in your life. If your marriage, the dream of it, has literally turned into a living nightmare. It is time. It is time. It is time today, this month, this year. And so, thank you very much for listening. If you like content like this, I hope you subscribe. If you are a woman who has made it into freedom land, my God, post a crazy marriage, then let me hear about it in the comments. Let us lift our voices to let others know that they do not have to stay in those situations. Again, I thank you for watching. I thank you for subscribing, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Have a great day.